And after a disappointing end to the international break for Nigerians, it is now time to switch attentions to the festive action, which promises a lot of thrills, and that starts with Arsenal entertaining Tottenham Hotspur right at the Emirates Stadium to get things going. This is the preview of that game. My name is Ayomide Daniels. I bid you welcome to the Nutmeg. And you're welcome to the Nutmeg after what was a disappointing end to the international break. I'm here with Kay, and we'll quickly take your reaction to how things panned out for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Now, 8-year stretch, 2 World Cups, and no appearances for the Super Eagles at the Mundial.
Shameful, in one word for me, total embarrassment. And by now we should be having a lot of resignation flying, from the glass house, because it's becoming something that I feel like people in charge of the football administration in Nigeria, not just football alone, sport in general, the NFF and even the Sports Commission, it's just, I don't know what to say. I feel so embarrassed, embarrassed to be associated, with this kind of administration. But what do we do now? We just have to go from here. 8 years it's a long one, and then 2030. Majority of these players would be here.
They'll be in their 30s.
In 30s. Many of them, this is the last chance, and they missed it. I'm just so sad for the likes of people who were putting the energy. You could see, for the likes of Osimhen, Bassi and the likes, and Benjamin Fredericks. These are the 3 guys that I could really say that they really gave their all. But obviously the rest were just, it is what it is. But we just have to move on. Let's talk about us now, my brother.
Let's talk about what will give you more joy at this point in time.
Thank you. I love that.
And Arsenal, we know they are sitting at the top, but to start with, a couple of injury concerns and how that could potentially affect their title ambitions. That's been the story for Arsenal.
Yeah.
You just want to hope that with Gabriel Magalhaes missing, is a very, I think for me, and I'll say this here, authoritatively, I don't care what anybody thinks. For me, I'm not an Arsenal fan, I'm not an apologetic towards Arsenal, but I personally feel Gabriel Magalhaes currently is the best defender in the world.
No.
I don't think there's anybody that should be disputing that.
Is the truth.
So if you have that kind of player to be missing in this very important phase, the festive period, I'm beginning to wonder if any of the players in Arsenal's ranks can replace his level of impact, not just in terms of scoring goals from set pieces and what have you, been a menace, but also the defensive stability, leadership that he offers at the back. How do Arsenal begin to replace that? Now?
If eventually Magalhaes will not be in that match, of course, a major blow for us. And like you mentioned, he's been the focal point of the defense. Many people feel, it's Saliba, but believe you me, Gabriel is actually the anchor there, because I've noticed that anytime you didn't have Gabriel, pairing with Saliba is kind of shaky sometimes, and it's just a truth. But as it stands, I want to believe that Arsenal, with the record in the last 5 years since 2023 thereabout, we've had the edge. The only win Tottenham had against Arsenal is the international friendly, before the commencement of the season. So I still want to believe that the guys are able to do it. We still have the likes of Ben White and Kapie, that could step up, and even Mosquera, an excellent. Thank God that Arteta actually made that signing. What an excellent season he's been having. Anytime he has to come. So I'm still very much confident that Arsenal will make this one.
But now they're coming up against Thomas Frank and Tottenham Hotspur, who are maybe not the best football side, but have been proven to be decent enough to get enough points to be in the top half. And you want to believe that they could also make it into European football, which I think is their focus. So it's going to be a tough challenge. Obviously, history favors Arsenal in this fixture, but what is the guarantee that no matter what Tottenham throws at Arsenal can also still get the better of them? Don't forget, before the international break, they gave Manchester United a lot to think about, especially in the second half. So they'll come into this one with a level of belief that they could do it again, this time away from home.
Well, gone are the days that we have the likes of Harry Kane, in the ranks of Tottenham. Then I know very well that when you have Harry Kane, you know, he's going to score. He's a menace against Arsenal. You know, he's the highest goal scorer in this derby, not London derby. But fine, it's not. No,
so you're happy he's not there?
I'm so happy, you know, when he made the move to Bayern. So yeah, as it stands, I don't really think they have the, you know, the danger man per se. But as a team, like you said, they could upset you anytime. But then I feel like Mikel Arteta's Arsenal this season and even in seasons past, he's been able to, you know, breed a kind of mentality in the players that, look, this is not London. We do it's not London forever, whatever. It is a street, you know. We own the street of North London. So
don't
they
let me
can,
start back.
no, for real. And like you mentioned that against Manchester United, I cannot compare the team of Manchester United to Arsenal. I'm not trying to throw shades, you know. It's just the truth. You know, Manchester United team, they are coming up. I'm happy for you guys.
Who is you guys?
Later we'll talk behind the scenes. So I'm happy that, you know, they are trying to come up, but at the same time, I still think the Arsenal team is still a level higher than the current Manchester. So I believe Arsenal will carry the day no matter what Tottenham throws us.
Now, there are very interesting games coming up for Arsenal as well. The Bayern Munich after the international break in the Champions League. Chelsea also is lining up to face them in a couple of weeks' time. And I'm looking at Arsenal's season, and honestly, this is not any agenda. It's just worth talking about.
Okay.
If Calafiori and Gabriel Magalhaes now are out.
Not totally.
Maybe it's not confirmed, but at least you don't expect them to be playing against either of Spurs or Bayern.
You never can tell.
Okay. But then what I'm saying in essence is, look, will there be any level of excuse? I know we've discussed this before, but would there be any level of excuse tolerable in the case of Mikel Arteta if, for whatever reason, Arsenal does not win this title? Because I'm looking at Manchester City now, and Man City, through Erling Haaland's influence as well, Man City are looking the part. And they are trying to, and you know City would gradually build and grow into the season. And then when they are at full throttle, you cannot stop them. So they're becoming a threat that we didn't expect, because we thought it was going to be Liverpool with the amount of signings that they made. But now, what level of excuse, in fact, is there any level of excuse that would be tolerable in Arteta's case if somehow Arsenal fail to do the needful, win the Premier League?
Okay, I'm going to be saying this both as an analyst and also as a fan. The truth is, for Arteta, it is a make or break. The reason why I say this is because he's been there for.
And you can argue that he has everything he needs.
Yeah, sure. In the last couple of years, you know, the Kroenke families have really been back, you know, helpful and all that. But what I want to also say is that I think it's still too early for us to be pushing the title.
After 11 games, we play more than a quarter.
Yeah, it's still too early. The reason why I'm saying that is because, fine, like you said, we still have quite a number of teams that might even, you know, surprise us along the way. Liverpool were these guys were, but you know, just in the space of a month, October, and you know, they were
but
flat.
Don't you think a quarter of the season is a decent?
No, it is. We're beginning to see.
Sample size.
Yes, beginning to see the data.
And in the last game, I'm just a bit concerned. I know Arsenal will not win all games.
Of course.
Against Sunderland, there was some.
Yeah, the home record, of course. The goal we considered, I would blame, what's his name?
Fairly towards the end, yeah.
The goal is embarrassing for me. You should take that, but it's a miscalculation. That is gone. And also, Sunderland have a good home record. That's one of the things that also counted in that game. And they are breathing with confidence as well. We know that they are intelligent.
Sunderland came from
Championship.
The Championship.
I'm telling you, these guys, that's why English football is up there, because no one, you just cannot tell how it goes. But some matches like the North London derby in recent times, I'm so confident we're going to win.
So I know you will say Arsenal will win, but by what margin?
Oh, it's not going to be so like maybe 2-1 or 1-0.
We'll see how it goes, and let's know in the comment section what you think the scoreline will be between Arsenal and Tottenham Hotspur. Get ready for a lot of coverage as we build up into the festive season. Definitely lots of action to prepare for and talk about here on the Nutmeg. Even as the AFCON will come and the Super Eagles of Nigeria will be in that one, most certainly we'll be looking forward to what Eric Chell can do in terms of leading his team into, of course, the continental action that all eyes will switch to come December the 21st. Thank you for watching the Nutmeg and, of course, this edition of the show. You can be part of the community by hitting the subscribe button and tapping the notification bells to get all our latest content as well here on Guardian Nigeria. Also, you can follow us on social media. We are at Guardian Nigeria. It's been a pleasure. Okay, thank you very much.
North London forever.
I remain Ayomide Daniels. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.